Hello, hello. Welcome to Arkadium's Daily Crossword Live. I am thrilled to be back with a new puzzle. We got Dee in the house saying good morning. Blake and Amy and Larry, how you all doing? Tess and Miss Kitty Cat and Sailor Girl, what's up? And we got Ledition on Twitch. Doesn't like to miss a Saturday stumper. Dad Not Dude said it best. Are you ready to be stumped? I am, because on Saturdays we do battle with the venerable Saturday stumper, the hardest puzzle in all of crosswords. Amy Gal says, I already got stumped on the New York Times today, so what's one more? Yeah, well, I gotta be honest with you, Amy. I find these Saturday stumpers harder than the New York Times Saturday puzzle. So good thing we're all here together. We got Big Boss on YouTube saying hey, AJ Bradley, Gil saying hello from Michigan, and there's a Mazial, and JP I think already registering a first guess. Okay, Lady AJ, or I'm just going to call you AJ today. Good morning. You're on time today. So maybe we can dig in. Already have several different guesses for one across. Give me one sec, set up. Reminder, Saturday Stumpers do not have themes. This is by Matthew Sewell. So we shouldn't expect a theme today. We should just expect kind of unusual entries and just brutally hard cluing throughout. So one across is Blue Moan, which is already kind of a peculiar clue. I'm thinking blue like sad, but what do we have? We have Blake saying whale. Yeah, that's the idea I'm thinking of too. If you're moaning when you're sad, you're wailing. Denise says alas, which is also kind of something you say when you're sad. So I think they're both good ideas. Hey, Jilly, how you doing? Miss Kitty Cat says this is the first time I got a notification. Oh no, maybe we need to look into that. AJ says crab. Interesting. Big Boss says perfect start to my day. Having my morning brew and a crossword. Yes, that is what I love to hear. Okay, Sailor Girl saying deer, which I'm not sure I fully understand for one across. Why don't we look at one down? Because whale and alas both seem like solid guesses. Chat seems to prefer whale a little bit more. Fantastic Four, female of film. Okay. Oh, Nathaniel also suggesting Psy for one across, which I think is another good guess. Yeah, we need some downs, but I think we might actually be able to do this one. Pop culture, yeah, Felix and Amy are quick on this one. That was my instinct too. Lucky and AJ and Tess agreeing. Jessica Alba, not the recent Fantastic Four film, but she was in one from, I don't know, what was it now, 20 years ago? She played, I think the one that goes invisible or something. Yeah, Jessica Alba. And that works with alas, so we might be rolling already on Saturday Stumper if these are right. What do we think? Alba and alas? Let's check the L. Go in circles. A is back on YouTube saying hello. AJ says 2005. Wow, so 20 years ago, I was spot on. Let's see. Okay, Tim is here, and AJ, and Kristen all saying loop. Ends wants orbit, which is a good guess for go in circles, except we only have 4 letters to play with ends, and we suspect that it begins with an L, so I think loop is a solid guess here. Sailor Girl likes it. Denise likes it. All right. Not so stumpery yet. Go in circles, loop. Directly. 3 down directly, 4 letters beginning with an A. Lakin is telling me that Jessica Alba played Sue Storm. Thank you. I never would have remembered that. Grace is saying it could be laps. Go in circles. Yeah, my only problem with laps, Grace, is that the tenses don't match up. Laps is kind of present tense. Oh, what is it? It should be goes in circles. You know what I mean? For those to agree. So I think loop is a slightly better fit. Getting several guesses for 3 down. ASAP, anon, and away. Oh my, how am I gonna make sense of these? Maybe we just look at 14 across. Take off successfully. Take off successfully. Let me catch up on chat a little bit. We got Proud Mary here. Barbara McDowell on Facebook getting the loop. Take off successfully. Miss Kitty saying load. Amy Gal Edition saying lose. So AJ wants lose as well. Are we talking lose as Tip says lose as in taking off clothes? Maybe, or maybe lose as in lose weight. Like if you take off weight, you sometimes use that phrasing. Take off successfully. I think lose is possible. It works with ASAP, which some people were guessing for directly. Brutal clue for ASAP. What do you think? Maybe we try 17 across. Normally this is where a themer lives, but no theme answers today. This is just a normal entry. 17 across docking stations. Docking stations? Melissa Bogle just giving me the double question mark, which is how I'm feeling as well. Proud Mary wants boathouse, which is interesting. The problem, again, if the clue is plural, the answer is going to be plural. So it should really be boathouses. And so boathouses doesn't fit, which is why I don't like that answer. Lucinda says boat docks. Another crossword tip is that they tend not to repeat answers in the clue and the entry. So dock being in the clue makes me want to veto that one as well. But people are converging on boat something. A lot of people saying boat slips. There's also boat ramps. Interesting. What's a boat slip? Is that like a parking space for a boat? Jessica thinks it's good, but a lot of people saying boat ramps as well. So maybe we just keep boat in there and come back to it when we're done. ASAP is looking more and more correct every moment. So Eugene wants boat slips. Boat yard, says Randy. Yeah, there are a lot of options. Let's check the P on ASAP, because that's a hard clue. Directly for ASAP? Digital selling point. Digital selling point. Okay, I like the fact that this starts with app, which is a digital thing. I'm not sure that it's going to be a two-word phrase that starts with app, but it feels plausible to me, you know? Vetart is here saying Chicky Jack Jack Boom Boom. A weird sign on Vetart, but I like it. Okay, Dad Not Dude saying Apple Pay. Interesting. Ooh, Blake says App Store, which I really like. Kristen agrees. Drink Fake Coke agrees. Yeah, Lucky. And Sarah C. Okay, everyone's saying App Store, which I really like. A digital selling point. You can buy things in the App Store. We were once trying to convince my uncle to get an app, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know how to do that." And we were like, "You should just go to the App Store." And he's like, "Yeah, well, what are the chances one of those is open right now?" Because he didn't know what the App Store was and thought it was a physical location. Love my Uncle Pat. Springs, 4 down. Springs, 4 down. Okay, so we already have set or sets, maybe? What do we think? Miss Kitty Cat says, I love that Uncle Pat. Good, I'm glad that story landed. I wasn't sure. Grace is laughing too. Good. Blake and Drink Fake Coke. Yeah, and Logician is saying springs as in springs from prison. Wow, like spring free. Sets free. Hard clue. Very good. Not too hard for you folk, though. All right, we're in good shape here. We like it? Set stone. Wow, I don't even know what your username is. It looks like a little emoji. AJ says, my Uncle Pat is the same way. You also have an Uncle Pat? That's great. Love to all the Uncle Pats out there. Intense as hair color. Intense as hair color. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't have looked at an all blank answer. I feel like even having an O in the 4th slot would be helpful right now. I have no idea what this is. Maybe neon? Like, neon is a pretty intense color scheme. Let's see. Amy Miguel says, you jinxed us, Jack. I know every time I say, hey, this stumper isn't so hard, is exactly when we screech to a halt. Batari on YouTube wants blue, which, I mean, blue is an intense hair color, but I think it has to be more general than that. Dyes? Let's check 5 down. Nickels and dimes. Okay. Another very hard clue because I can think of 2 totally different angles on this. Nickels and dimes are obviously coins, but they're also like discs and circles. But they are also, this is also a phrase that means like to be cheap with someone, you know, to nickel and dime someone is a verb. To mean, oh, change. Yeah, change is another great possibility. It doesn't work with App Store, sadly. Vedart says, I missed a good chance to meet Lefebvre on Crosswords. Yes, how was yesterday with Rochelle from Twilight? Who was here and how did it go? I was able to tune in for a few minutes, and it seemed like y'all were having a good time. Lakin is saying boat slips are what the water spaces between the dock are called, equivalent to a parking spot. Okay, a lot of people have been guessing boat slips, so maybe we put it in and see if it helps us. I like the ST in the 18 down. AJ says she was so much fun. That's awesome to hear. Miss Kitty Cat says so good, so fun. Love it. Case managers. Oh, Melissa Bogle. Wait, Barbara saying gouges. For what exactly? Nickels and dimes. Oh, like price gouges. Interesting guess, Barbara. I will keep that in mind. 8 down, Melissa Bogle and Dad Not Dude want RNs. So case managers, as in a case at a hospital. Silly Little Games followed us. Thank you, Silly Little Games. Miss Kitty Cat says she is so smart and engaging. Yes, it seemed that way. It seemed like she was into puzzles too. DrinkFit Coke likes gouges as well, but it doesn't work with anything we have. The boat slips and App Store would have to be wrong. I'm not ready to face the possibility that we have that many errors in the grid. Hey, Silly Little Games. Welcome. If you are new here, I just want to let you all know we stream every single day. We're here every day at noon Eastern time. And following us is a great way to keep in touch. Press on. Press on. Let's see. Yedoff West is here saying alloys for... Oh my god, nickels and dimes are alloys? Wow, what a guess. Ooh, I really like it. Oh, it's just so... It's so difficult that it has to be right. You know what I mean? Nickels and dimes are made of what, like zinc and copper or some kind of mix of metals? It's just like, OMG, nice. I really like it. Jess says that was a great guess. Yeah, well done, Yedoff. Alloys, I love it. Okay, now we have some more stuff for 5 across. Intense as hair color. And we can check... Oh, I like hopes for press-on, says Melissa. Yeah, someone else said hopes as well. Barbara and Big Boss are also giving you ups on the other platforms, Yedoff. Miss Kitty Cat says hardly any silver for sure. Yeah, how much silver is actually in a nickel and a dime? I have no idea. Where's Shania when you need her? She'd have all the percentages broken down. Press on hopes. I do struggle with this one a little bit. Again, it seems to lack agreement with with the clue. Press on, it should be presses on. Lucinda's suggesting acid color. Interesting. Oh, AJ wants that too. DAs. Wow. Okay. We did have an error. Not as bad as boat slips being wrong, but DAs are also case managers, district attorneys. I like it. And it works with acid. Good one, Lucinda. Nice spot. Nice spot. User123 doesn't like hopes either. Okay. And Jasmine is suggesting impel. Wow. Okay. Impel. So this is looking like maybe Lima? Master of Elevated Asia. Okay, well, Lima's not in Asia. Kyle Miner likes Impel. DrinkFake Coke likes Impel. I don't get... Oh, I think I know what this is. Yeah, just in time. Funkmaster Sam is here also saying what it is, and Kyle Miner and Dead Not Dude and Jazz all saying Llama, like the Dalai Lama. So Elevated Asia, I guess we're talking like Nepal, Tibet, and the Dalai Lama. But I think a Lama is also a general term for a master in Buddhism. So that looks great. Arab League headquarters. Okay, and I can think of something that fits perfectly here. I'm feeling good about this. I think we're in really good shape. We got Shania Fisher on YouTube. Welcome to you. And you are Rizwan, also here saying llama. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, and someone just called Lalu and J6 Sue says Cairo. Yeah, Arab League headquarters. Cairo seems like a great guess. Let's check out this other long one right here. Fast Food Prep Pro for fun. Fast Food Prep Pro for fun. Shania Fisher, you're not the regular Shania who's here all the time, right? You're a different Shania? Or are you? What's going on with this? Someone named Ignore with a crazy looking font in their username is saying phryologist, and Felix agrees. Oh, Shania, good. Good to learn your last name. Phryologist. Miss Kitty Cat is psyched about phryologist. Hold on. Phryologist. I have never heard this word in my life. Is this for real? I mean, it makes sense. Like a fast food prep person fries things, and someone who does something expertly is an ologist. But this feels like I don't know if anyone who was here for our first ever stumper or maybe our second ever had the word agritainment, which is just kind of a made up portmanteau and the kind of thing you see in these themeless puzzles. And this feels like the agritainment of today. Phryologist. Wow. Yeah, AJ agrees. Agritainment and phryologist, exactly. Felix says it's a made-up title, like a sandwich artist. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Yeah, and Lucinda saying made-up word, hence for fun. That's a good point. They did sort of indicate in the clue that it was going to be something jokey like this. Yeah, Eva Eddie agrees. Cool. Where are we? Constructive. Constructive. The study of fry, says Miss Kitty Cat. Yeah, I could get into that. I would take a course. Felix says all words are made up. Wow, we're getting philosophical already. Haven't even entered the second corner yet. Kyle Miner and Sarah Sear saying of use, which I really like. Oh, Barbara McDowell saying on par. I think of use is slightly more fitting for the clue. Constructive. Like constructive criticism is useful. You're not just tearing down, you're being useful. Let's see. AJ says, "What are you doing over there, Mr. Left to Right?" Yeah, am I straying here? I'm mostly going left to right, right? Revved up. Felix says, "I worked at Five Guys, and you'd be shocked at how much science goes into fry prep." Ooh, I would love to learn more. Blake says, "I missed the clue. Fryologist?" Yes, Blake. It's fast food prep pro for fun. Apparently, fast food prep pros are called fryologists. Wind and Winter just followed us. Thank you. Ooh, Warthog is back saying agog for revved up. I really like that guess. Agog. That's a word that we should all use more in our daily lives. Let's check the A. And Ignore on YouTube says agog. Where did you get that font? It's amazing. Shania says, "Could we see the top right corner after this clue? I'm feeling so sad for that corner. No love for the little cubbies." Yes, we are headed there. We're going to go upward into it. Common cosplayer costume. Aha. Okay, Shania is saying anime, and Sue agrees. Ooh, some people saying alien. And then Logician saying angel. Anime feels like the most right to me because anime and cosplay are kind of two peas in a pod, right? Jazz is saying it could be anime or alien. Daddy Tom says I concur, but concur with what? We have 3 live possibilities. All right, let's go to 9 across, Shania, just for you. What you'd expect to see on a carousel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Chihuahua says anime ain't a cosplayer costume. That's a fair point. Anime is more of a genre. I'm probably being a little too loose there. That's a good point. It should be more specific. Jonas Horner saying horse. Oh, horse, like a pony on a carousel? Yeah, Amma and Courage agree. Hard clue. Heidi agrees. Let's start chipping away at the downs here. Dono Powers says, "You won't see me on a carousel. I get too dizzy." Even on a carousel, it's barely a thrill ride at Dono. Barbara McDowell likes horse. Okay, so we're doing it. Bamboozle. Bamboozle. Barbara giving me a nice horse emoji. Not sure about this. Really not sure about this. Yeah, Rand says awe, which could be a word for bamboozle. Amy Gal giving me the shrug, which is always a sign that I should move on. Jessica says suitcase, and Lucinda saying like a luggage carousel. That's an interesting angle, what you'd expect to see on a carousel, but suitcase doesn't fit either. Yeah, AJ's like, we're bamboozled right now. Totally. Are we not happy with horse anymore? I'm losing my taste for it. Let's try more downs. Exemplar lead-in. Oy. George! We got Cool Guy back in chat. Welcome to you. Heidi says child, as in like a child would ride a carousel. I think that makes sense. Yeah, Gil agrees. A rider. Yeah, unfortunately, there are a lot of options. Maybe, what do we check? How do we get out of this mess? I'm not sure. Maybe we do... Okay, AJ has a guess for this. Exemplar lead-in says as in. Wow. I think that's a good guess. Because when you're about to give an example, you say as in. You know what I mean? Ooh, and Lakin is saying ID tag. Wow, hold up. ID tag. Because, like, on your luggage, you'd have an ID tag. They're starting to slot together. I'm not 100%. I've also noticed that A works with alien, which was one of our leading guesses for... Sorry, the N in as in works with alien, which was one of the leading guesses for cosplayer costumes. So are we in great shape? We're either in great shape or terrible shape. I'm really not sure. Oh, and Funkmaster saying got for bamboozle. everything keeps working out. This can't be a coincidence, can it? Amy says it could also be a gag. True. I think got works a little better as the verb. Warthog says, wow. Yeah, I can't tell if we just got really lucky or if we're going to have to do a lot of tearing out here. Ancient Newfoundland visitors. Laura asking, what's the theme? Sorry I'm late. Laura, today we're solving Saturday Stumper, which is a weekly puzzle that Arkadium puts out. And there are no themes, but they are the hardest crosswords in all of Puzzledom. So no theme, just brutally hard cluing. And I'm proud of us for getting as far as we have. Dad Not Dude and Rand and Larry Locke and Drink Fake Coke and Kyle Miner and Annie are all saying Norse. Warthog and Ethan agree. Ancient Newfoundland visitors, the Norse. Oh, did I? Bamboozle. It shouldn't be God, it should be get. I've been preaching about tense agreement between clue and answer this whole stream, and then I don't follow my own rules. But I think this makes sense. Bamboozle, to get someone, to prank them. And then I totally believe, yeah, the Norse, the Vikings, would have visited Newfoundland. I think we're in really good shape. Let's see. Yeah, Silver Moon saying get. That was my bad. Where are we here? Name on the cover of Team of Rivals. Okay. Have to confess my ignorance here. I don't know what Team of Rivals is. Cover makes me think that it is a book. Amy says no idea on this one. A lot of people, Courage and Annie and Melissa, are all saying Doris. Shania says, Jack, it was so cool when Rochelle was on yesterday with a May. I'm really glad you feel that way. Yeah, other people seem to have a good time as well. We were just talking about it. Doris. Anyone know this? BK says Doris wrote it. Doris who? Letition says Doris Kearns Goodwin, maybe? All right, well, it is a name. So Dad Not Dude says book about Abe Lincoln's cabinet by Doris Kearns Goodwin. Okay. I trust chat. Stand sales. Stand sales. Jaluha, how you doing? Miss Kitty Cat says Doris because everyone says it. That's exactly how I'm feeling. I'll just trust you guys. Ooh, Warthog and Heidi and Jerry are saying fruit. Stand sales, man, another very difficult clue, but you do sell fruit at stands, classically. Fruit stands. All right, I think we're in pretty good shape to check out these really long entries. American entertainment. Ooh, getting gorgeous array of fruit from Lucinda and Jessica. And Jilly. Tons of fruit emojis. James Hendry says, why the capitals? Not sure what you mean. Okay. Let's see. Where are we? Okay, Silver Moon, Harvey Barnes, James NC all have amazing guesses, as does D. In-flight movie, it fits. It's beautiful. We're talking American Airlines, American entertainment. You can't fool us, Stumper. It's a great clue. In-flight movie. Grace says, are these movies only something Americans do? No, everybody does it. It's American Airlines. That's the joke. We never saw the clue on 27 across. Nebulous feeling is apparently fog. Okay, honestly, I'm grateful we never saw that clue. 28 across we go. Dono says there's no way you guys got that quickly with no other hints, lol. I don't know. Dono is accusing people of looking things up. We do have a lot of seasoned crossword solvers in chat, Dono. Don't underestimate them. Okay. Where are we? Jim Dunlap. Okay, you're busted. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, we actually have a couple different guesses. Aha. That could definitely be it. Like, aha, I gotcha. I caught you red-handed. So they're saying, oh ho, which I guess is a related exclamation. Maybe we look at 11 down. Fitting as expected. Fitting as expected. Oh, AJ was also already guessing this. True to form. Ooh, true to size is even better. That's what Funkmaster Sam and Cletus are saying. Yeah. Wrapped, warped? Wow, a lot of new names in chat. Okay, I love it. True to size. Fitting as expected. That's definitely a phrase you see when you're shopping online. It's true to size. That's good. Good entry. And I guess, oh ho, you're busted. Okay, well, we'll try it. Let's check the S. Hamilton rhyme for Burr. I know this one. This is the easiest clue in the puzzle for me so far. Tess, where's Tess? You're a Hamilton fan, aren't you? Oh, and Warped just followed us, and Mocha my dog just followed us. Thank you so much. If anyone is new here, we do stream every single day at noon Eastern, and following is a great way to keep in touch. It's always a good time. Yes, I saw Tess in the blur of sirs that I'm seeing on chat. Yeah, Aaron Burr, sir. A running motif in Hamilton. Amazing musical. And user123 easy as ABC followed us. If only this puzzle were easy as ABC. It certainly isn't. And AJ was accusing me of violating my own trend of going left to right, and I'm noticing now that I'm all over the place in this puzzle. So I'm going to do this clue since I'm here, and then I'm going right back to 24 across. Pashi just followed us. Thank you so much. What Nirvana comes from? Yes, I like what I'm seeing. Okay, we have two guesses. EJ and Melissa are saying Hindu, and Melissa and Miss Kitty Cat and M Huck and Flatwinks are saying Hindi. I think Hindi makes more sense. Hindi is the language. Hindu is is a person of the religion. So I think Nirvana comes from the language Hindi is my guess. But we will come back to that because it's time to head back west. Their home is very near Erie. Vedart says, Jack, when will a new guest come? I am glad you asked. We have a lot of guests in the pipeline, So I don't know an exact date for you, but it's going to start becoming a much more regular thing. We have a lot of really cool people lined up. Their home is very near Erie. Livy Lou says no, it's Hindu. Nirvana is a thing in the Hindu religion. Yeah, maybe it is. I would have thought though then it should be like Hinduism. I can delete that letter, but I'm sort of sticking with my gut there. We'll come back to it. Their home is very near Erie. Juju just followed us. Thank you. Avis's sports team. That does seem right, doesn't it? Some kind of sports team. Ooh, Felix is saying the Buffalo Sabres. Whenever someone comes in with extra information, it always gives me confidence. Yeah, the Buffalo Sabres. Is this hockey? Shania, yeah, says Buffalo, New York is near Lake Erie. Yes, yes, it is indeed. And I think the Sabres are a hockey team. I'm going to trust Felix on this one. Tina says Felix has it. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Felix. We'll check the S. Keith Wilkerson says yes, hockey team. Okay, I'm happy. NHL. Less than polite. Less than polite. So it's basically going to be a 5-letter word that means rude, I suspect, that begins with an S. Logician says surly, which is interesting. Ooh, Tina Courage EJ says short. Ava says snark. Salty. Wow, a lot of options here. So maybe we try the A. Fraying preventer. Fraying preventer. What do we like here? Yeah, but a lot of people still guessing for 24 down. The problem is just too many possibilities. Thomas Lloyd is here and Sam R. Wow, you guys are very impressive. John. Everyone's saying aglet. Other one. Oh my god. Aglet, really good. Aglet, if you don't know, it's that little plastic tip on the end of your shoelace. So literally it prevents your shoelace from fraying at the ends. That's what an aglet is. Grace says aglet is smart. Yeah, really good guess. Fraying preventer. I would have needed more letters to get that. Yeah, drink fake Coke. Hopefully I just answered your question. That's what an aglet is. The little, shoelace tip. Yeah, or on your hoodie. Shania is saying on your hoodie, if the drawstrings. Grace says, I only know that word because of crosswords. Yeah, that is true of so many words for me. All right, 31 across is mesh. And Kelvin and Amy and Jilly. Mug Murmur saying, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you as well. I always enjoy Saturdays. I look forward to them because we solved the Saturday Stumper, which is the hardest puzzle ever, and you find it at Arkadium.com. Mesh, agree. I really like that. That presumably limits the possibilities for less than polite. I'll be honest now that short was my favorite of the contenders, but now it must not be right. Maybe salty or someone else. Larry Locke says, I agree. Yeah, I agree too. Weather advisory word. Salty. Sassy, says Courage. Less than polite. Weather advisory word. What do we like here? Yeah, I think. Whoa. Jim Dunlap and Shania and AJ on YouTube are saying sleet. Yeah, tough stuff because, you could have so many different words in a weather advisory, but sleet works with the letters we have, and it works with sassy, importantly. So, slowly but surely, we're making some progress here. We like it? Barbara likes it. Yeah, Barbara giving me the thumbs up on both. Keith Wilkerson likes sassy. Okay, we're sticking with it. Considerable amount. Considerable amount. I'm proud of us. This is a hard puzzle, and we're doing really well. I don't think we have any enormous errors in the grid. Set. Considerable amount. Ooh, I'm getting 2 guesses for considerable amount. Set and C. A sea, like an ocean of things, is definitely a considerable amount. Set. Not sure I see the argument for this one as much. Big J just followed us. Thank you, Big J. But maybe we check the down? Dono Power says, I'm just here to watch you guys get this through. Well, don't lose hope. You never know when your perfect orbit of knowledge is going to come up in the grid. Whatever you're an expert in, it will come up at some point. Okay, let's look at 26 down. Bit to stuff. Let's see, bit to stuff. Yeah, Jazz is saying C works better after the E, C than set. And did I even look at 43 across? Incomplete sum for short. Okay, I'm seeing Keith Wilkerson and Warthog saying YTD. Ooh. Also a very, very good clue. Incomplete sum. Like YTD stands for year to date. So it's like, what are your sales year to date? So you're summing up just up to now. It's incomplete because you're not doing the whole year. It's just up to today. Okay, we're cruising. Look at this. Jilly and Larry and AJ on YouTube are all saying breadcrumb. Bit to stuff. Oh my god. Things are often stuffed with breadcrumbs. That works with C. And who said this puzzle was hard? Not me. Let's try 18 down. Why not? Let's do all the longs. Clay just followed us. Thanks, Clay. Okay. Okay, plays outdoors. Plays outdoors. We already have street fully in here. Plays outdoors. Felix says, did you just jinx us again? It would not be the first time, nor will it be the last, Felix. I insist on continuing to jinx. Kelvin's a Street Fighter too. Oh, I see. Oh, you guys are very clever. Holy Head Harpy. Street theater. Amazing. Wow. I really hope that's right. Literal plays. It's not playing outdoors. This misdirection is damn near perfect. Plays outdoors is just such an innocuous little clue. Yeah, like kids, they play outside. But it's literally plays outdoors, street theater. I love it. Absolutely love it. Drink Fake Coke is huffing about the spelling of theater. I'm sorry, Drink Fake Coke, but there's just no way we're putting a British spelling in an American grid unless it's indicated in the clue. Okay. AJ says the stumper has been teaching us to think outside the box. Yes, I find that these stretch my mind in the best of ways. What's the big idea? What's the big idea? Ooh, Grace and Lucinda and M Huck and D and JWL. A lot of people coming in. Kaylee Quinn. Theme. Let me try to make sense of this. I guess if you have like a novel or something, the theme of the story is the big idea behind it all. Is that what we're talking? Angel likes it. Miss Kitty Cat likes it. EJ likes it. Okay. Shania says, can we go to the clue? Yes. Let's check it. Never blank at live dragons. The Hobbit. Someone's got to know this. Felix says, so not a themeless puzzle after all. Yeah, we did. It turns out we did have a theme. Okay. Michael Toes and Holy Head Harpy and Diana Potarf. I'm sure I just messed up your name. Diana saying laugh. Swerdna and Missy Ann. All right, everyone's saying laugh. That makes sense. Never laugh at live dragons. I think that sounds like good advice. Does anyone know this? Like, does anyone remember this from The Hobbit, or are you just saying it because it fits with what we have? Jerry Smith followed us and Holy Head Harpy. Thank you so much. I'll check the A, but it seems good. AJ says, I just know I wouldn't laugh at a dragon. Yeah, same. I just does not seem like it's going to be in my top 10 actions when a dragon. So you should. Okay. Trying to get back on track. Ava and Warthog are telling me arm. Arm candy. Nice. Hard. Cliffhanger likes it. Okay. Good. We keep cruising. Fisher's alleged org. Fisher with a PH, not a fisherman. Who thinks they could solve this puzzle all on their own? I want a show of hands. Bridget Lynn Titus is here, and Busty Sinclair. And Swordnon just followed us. A lot of people saying IRS, which is it's a good clue. Fisher's alleged org. Fisher is someone who emails you trying to pose as someone else to get you to reveal sensitive information. So it's common in scam emails to pretend, or spam calls to pretend to be the IRS to try to con people. So Fisher's alleged org, the IRS, makes a lot of sense. Catching up on chat a little bit. Tina, yeah, and my question of who could solve this on their own. Tina says nope. Swordna says nope. Jess says I definitely couldn't. Not me. BK says me. BK is the first confident person who says I think I could solve this on my own. AJ says never. D says not me. Seeing so many not me. JWL thinks you can. Jessica says you're so funny, Jack. Is that because like that I even think you could solve this? Lucky says with or without Google. Good question. All right, I'm glad people are seeing how difficult these puzzles are. Felix says I average about 20 minutes on New York Times Saturdays. That's very good. That is a good solver right there. Yeah, Donna says, does my own mean me and Google as one person? All right. MHuck says maybe, but would take all day. Meanwhile, Barbara on Facebook and Ledition on Twitch are saying liens. They're cleared for closings. Wow. If we're talking house closings, liens is a real estate term. Ledition says, I took 8 minutes for today's Saturday New York Times. Whoa. Ledition, big flex. That's a fast time on a Saturday. Big Boss says, I'm just here for moral support. Well, I feel the support, Big Boss. I need it. I need it from every angle. Jen Extra, thanks for sharing the live. Miss Kitty Cat says, I would need help with my kids. Seems like a nice Saturday activity. Invite your kids to join the stream. Okay, Ranch Ranger. A lot of people saying hen. I guess a hen is on a ranch and they range. How's that for an explanation, huh? Marcy Flowers, hello. Live by. Live by. Kelvin saying hen, hat, or hay. Well, I think if Leans is right. Yeah, like free-range chicken, says Dad Not Dude. Thank you, I needed that. JWL, who thinks they can solve this puzzle all on their own, says heed, which is a good guess for to live by, to heed. Okay. Let's look at the long across. Facility for big wheels. Or big wheels. Star just followed us. Thank you. Yeah, like heed my word, exactly. Grace says, one of my 2025 goals is to get good at crosswords. I'm trying. I love that goal for you, Grace. Stick with us, because we solve very hard crosswords on this channel, and I think we're all better for it. Efren just followed us. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, Gavin and Funkmaster are saying cheese something, which does look good. Ethan says, I'm also trying to get good at crosswords. Takes a lot of patience with yourself. Yes. Okay, Kayleen Pringle is saying cheese cave. Wait. I gotta focus. Cheese cave. Oh my god. Facility for big wheels. We're talking wheels of cheese. This is a great entry, by the way. Cheese cave, I think, is my favorite entry in the puzzle. Close second to Fryologist. Cheese cave. Facility for big wheels. I love it. It's common to age cheese in caves. Like, that's a real thing, a cheese cave. Okay. Yeah, Silver Moon got that. Lucky says, I visited Cheddar Cave a few years ago, bought so much cheese. Where's Cheddar Cave? I want to go. Plant found in Idaho State. Ooh. Felix. Wait. Someone's saying Hosta? Oh, Felix. And Logician. Oh, you guys are too clever. First of all, what is Hosta? Does anyone know this plant? Man, I gotta say, the problem with solving crosswords live on the internet is that you have to bear your ignorance for all the world to see. Plant found in Idaho State. So I don't know what a hosta plant is, but Felix and Ledition are cleverly pointing out that it's literally hidden in the word Idaho State. Hosta. That's the joke. Hosta. Ethan says it's pronounced hosta. Sorry. My bad. Gen Extra's like potato. Yeah, I'm still on potato. That's what I'm thinking too. That's the plant found in Idaho State. Tina says I have one in my yard. That's awesome. It's hosta. It's a pretty green shrub. Okay, thank you. Great. That was a tough clue. And Grace says my yard is covered in them. Kira Walker, extending far and wide, is telling me, and Pashi are saying broad. Yeah, on Terrace on YouTube agrees. That makes sense. I like it. Okay. I think we'll be able to finish this little corner down here. Debunk. And it's got a question mark, which means do not read this at face value. There's some kind of wordplay trickery going on. Debunk. So Kelvin is saying crust, which I would love to be correct if only I understood it. Marcy's saying joust, Tina's saying roust. Okay, so people just guessing words that fit, I think, but why? We gotta have an explanation. Ooh, I see. Dad Not Dude and Tina explaining it. Roust, like get out of bed. Oh my god. So debunk, like getting out of a bunk bed, is the joke. That is hard. Yeah, Jerry Smith, thanks for the explanation. Punk like bunk bed. Brutal stuff. I love it. We're all kind of masochists here, aren't we? Resort ad urging. Miss Kitty Cat says, OMG, y'all are good. Yeah. Tess and Brian Larkin and Drink Fake Coke saying, book, I see. Like, book now. Book your stay today. Good. Okay. Should we just look at 55 down, see if we can get all these? TV viewed at the 39 World's Fair. Okay, I'm also seeing guesses for 60 across, which look right. I mean, I can only think of one word that works with this letter combination. Arabic greatest. Okay, Akbar means greatest in Arabic. Very nice. And it's looking like RCA, which is like an OG television brand, electronics company. TV viewed at the 39 World's Fair. Totally believable. And what's the clue here? Dumas title. Dumas title. Can someone explain this one to me? Dumas title. I want to make sure we're not leaving this section with an error. That's why I'm lingering here. Ledition says it means count. Is this French? Count of Monte Cristo, says Felix. Ah, Perry Bird agrees. Okay, Warthog, thank you. Count of Monte Cristo, and I guess in French, this is how you say count, and so that's why it's a title in the title of the book. Very nice. Oof. Kira Walker followed us. Thanks, Kira. Or Kiara. Certain je ne sais quoi. See, I can sometimes pronounce French words. Ben says, good work, team. Love the cheerleaders in chat. Okay, a certain je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi is like an X factor. Yeah, I like what Julie and Larry and Mo are saying here. A thing. I mean, very hard clue for thing, but it does make sense. It's like an X factor, some ineffable quality. You know, you've got the thing. I think that's what the idea is. AJ's like, no idea. Silver Moon got it, though. Okay. Ooh, I also, well, we're here now. So 30 down, pipe blank. Yeah, you got that thing. Exactly, Miss Kitty Cat. You got that thing. Yeah, Brian Larkin and Chris Everlasting are noticing that only one word can go at 42 across. All-time best-selling roadster maker, interesting, is Mazda. Looks perfect. And meanwhile, okay, apparently TikTok censors this word. But Vedart and Barbara on Facebook and A on YouTube are saying organ, a pipe organ. Yeah, it's like in church, you've got those giant pipes. Oh, time to sort out 29 down. We left this a while ago. Let's look at 45 across and see if it helps. Meshed. Meshed. Didn't we already have this clue? Mesh. We have mesh and meshed. Let's see. Ooh, people saying, oh, it doesn't fit though. Everyone's saying woven. But look, there's a missing letter. Woven doesn't work. Or wove in. Wove, oh my god, wove in, meshed. Hard clue. How many times am I going to say that in this stream? Wove in. People seem to like it, and Hindi, it was Hindi after all, so Nirvana comes from the language Hindi. All right, onward. Kind of 1.5 sections left here. Unaffiliated says not a word. Which one's not a word? This is two words. Like to weave something in. Sarah Rodriguez on YouTube says wove in, brilliant. Okay. First pro with 1,000 singles match wins, 1984. My. Dad Not Dude and Rand, very quick on this. Okay, let's see. AJ agrees, Logician saying Chris Evert. So we're talking tennis here. First pro with 1,000 singles match wins. Can you imagine? Chris Evert, tennis player. Looks perfect. Vedart signing off. See you tomorrow, Vedart. Whoa, very loud engine just drove by my window. Window box for Fluffy. Window box for Fluffy. Allegedly, welcome back. How you doing? We're on the tail end of a very difficult puzzle, very enjoyable puzzle, I must say. And allegedly also given me FJCC says, what's a cheese cave? A cheese cave is a real thing. It's a place, it's a cave where you age cheese. And something about how it's dark and damp in there that it's good for, whatever the molds to grow. So cheese cave is probably my favorite entry in the puzzle, with an amazing clue, facility for big wheels. But big wheels, we're talking big wheels of cheese. Meanwhile, people saying Cadio. Grace says, is it possible to get better at crosswords without having to know athletes or French? Those are my two weaknesses too, Grace. Athletes and French are my two biggest weaknesses when it comes to crosswords. So I'm here to tell you it can be done. Catio? Is that how you say this? Is this like a patio for cats? Window box for Fluffy? That is such a cute word. Tina says French is my nemesis. Wardog says Catio is great. Yeah, that's new to me. I really like it. There's a Mazail says, what about geography? Yeah, unfortunately, or fortunately, I mean, crosswords are supposed to be kind of a cross-section of all of life. And so the more you know, the better you'll be at them. But you can always compensate for your weaknesses with your strengths in other areas. One with a draft board. One with a draft board. Prince Everlasting says, look, today is Catterday. Yeah. Catio. Okay. Ooh, one with a draft board. Ah, Drink Fed Coke. You should have gotten this one. Antares is where to check these puzzles. So all the puzzles we solve on this channel, you can find at Arkadium.com, which should be in the bio, or you can Google Arkadium.com crossword. This is in the Stan Newman's daily line of puzzles. So every Saturday he puts out what's called the Saturday Stumper, and it is extremely difficult and very fun. Draft, I think the idea here is, yeah, ales, beer, exactly, Miss Kitty Cat. We're happy? I think we're happy. B-school term. B-school, I know as short for business school. So, Brits called checkers drafts. Oh, I thought it might be Brits called checkers drafts. That's the idea here. Mm. Yeah, everyone's saying MBA, which is probably right, but there's something that bothers me about this clue. Because the B in B school stands for business, and the B in MBA stands for business, and normally that's a no-no. But the crosses all look good. Is it a business school term? Is it I don't know. Something not sitting right with me. My spidey senses. Alternative introducer. Yeah, Warthog says it's clunky too. Yeah, Grace says they didn't technically use the entire word. It's true. Okay. I'm a little confused. Maybe we look at 45 down? Because I'm not getting any bites for 61 across. Alternative introducer. Yeah, Tina says Adam, which fits, but I don't understand it. Alternative introducer? Amiability. Okay, maybe we'll have more luck with 45 down. I have a good guess for this. Amiability. If you know what this word means. It means friendliness. I'll just tell you what it means. Grace says, if that's why we don't get confetti. No, we'll get confetti. We always do, Grace. I think I have a perfect track record on my streams of getting the confetti. Granny Z and Maddie and Jen Couture and Poshy are all saying warmth, which I really like. Logician was saying this as well. Big Boss as well, not just here for moral support. Big Boss getting answers. Amiability is warmth. I think that looks great. And AJ had a really good guess for alternative introducer, OTOH, which stands for on the other hand. So if you're texting someone and you say OTOH, you mean on the other hand, and you're about to introduce an alternative perspective. So I really like this. Mo says, don't jinx it. I know. I'm always guilty of jinxing us. I feel confident. I think we're going to get the confetti. Okay. So catching up on chat a little bit. Grace says, when we didn't get confetti a couple weeks ago, I wanted to cry. Oh, man. The thing is, that was a software glitch. You guys did actually earn the confetti that day. Miss Kit Kat says, wow, OTOH. Yeah, Dad Not Dude likes it. Julie likes it. Okay, we're pretty happy. Antara says, what's fryologist mean? It's a fair question. It's a fast food prep pro for fun. So someone who is an expert in frying things is a fryologist. Okay, I'm good. It wasn't MBA. I'm happy. LBO, people are saying, which stands for leveraged buyout. I mean, very difficult entry, but I'm just kind of happy that the B stands for buyout and not business, because I was bothered by that. And let me looks like a great start for 56 across. Request for non-interference. AJ's super quick with let me cook. Oh my God, I hope that's the answer. Let me cook. That's a very modern phrase. You wouldn't have said that even 5 years ago, would you? Request for non-interference. Let me cook. I really like it. Maddie Gonzalez followed us. Thank you. It could be let me do it, as Funkmaster Sam is suggesting. Yeah, honestly, it might even be more likely. Timothy says, sandwich artists, fryologists, what's next? Ben followed us. Thank you, Ben. Okay, let's check the C right away, because I really hope it is let me cook. Rant and rave. Oh, I can see this. I think let me cook is right. Warthog says, is that Gen Z? I would say it's Gen Z. Would you agree? Are there any Gen Zs in chat who can weigh in on this? Yeah, Lisa and Brian and Chris Everlasting are saying have a cow. Rant and rave, have a cow. I really like that. T. Pendleton got it. Barbara accompanied with a cow emoji. Silver Moon got it. Sweet. All right, I'm feeling good. Last section. Let's make this count. Special edition collector's items. Felix says, I manage Gen Z employees. It's definitely theirs. Jess says, Gen Z here. Yes, that works. Okay, good. Grace says, I'm elder millennial. All right. Meanwhile, staying on track, special edition collector's items. Some people guessing variable, other people guessing variants. I prefer variants, partly because it's plural and the clue is plural. Special edition collector's items. Tough clue, but I guess like if a playing card was issued in variant form, then that would be a special, something that a collector would want. Does that make any sense? But Let Me Cook, Have a Cow did confirm Let Me Cook, which I'm very pleased with. That's my new favorite entry in the puzzle after Cheese Cave. Or before Cheese Cave. All right, 6 cells left. Can we do it? Where the Last Great Race Ends. Ooh, gummy bears. Very quick on this one. Yeah, various like comic book covers. Good. And Horse Rider Gal followed us. Thank you. AJ is calling in from Alaska. What? You're from Alaska? That's awesome. I went to Alaska last summer. I loved it. Gnome. We're talking Iditarod here. Sweet. Dumb Surfer just followed us. Thanks, Dumb Surfer. AJ says, what's Nome? It's a city in Alaska. AJ says, yeah, my man is a musher. No way. Musher? That is awesome. What an interesting life. Efon and D and Felix and Maddie are all saying tone for oral nuance. Yeah, I guess your tone of voice brings nuance. Big Boss on YouTube. Nice one. Maddie just followed us. Thanks. All right, I think I'm feeling good about this. Do we even have any candidates for errors in the grid? So far, everything is checked out. Pankin. Pan with a dash means we're probably talking prefix. Felix says, I'm jealous. I've always wanted to go to Alaska. You can do it. Love says negative. There's only one city in Alaska. Gummy Bears and AJ and Timothy are saying omni. Yeah, omni and pan both mean all as prefixes. They both mean all, or multi, as Maddie is saying. Good. Okay, 1 letter left. Can you imagine if this was really hard? Blank intro, streaming button, and breakdown. I think we're going to get this. Yeah, Aaliyah Jade getting both at once. It looks like it's going to be a P. Skip intro. Marcy Flowers like skip intro always. Skip intro on streaming, and breakdown is weep. And Tara says, best puzzle of this week. I enjoyed. Who is up for a hurdle? I know it's a little late, but I have a hurdle loaded up, and I kind of want to play. So if you guys are down to stick around after we get confetti, let's play hurdle. It's a quick one. It'll be a few minutes. Here we go. P. Yes, excellent work, everybody. Another stumper in the bag. We earned it. Well done. That was very fun. Horse Rider Girl asking, what was the cheese cave clue? It was facility for big wheels. So big wheels of cheese. Is a Big Boss says, great work, all. You guys made it look easy. And Thomas Lloyd followed us. Grace said, always up for hurdle. That's what Amy Gal says, we need hurdle. Lucky I'm always up. Okay. Clay says, my first crossword I've ever completed. Well, Clay, then that is impressive because these are very difficult crosswords. Okay. Here we go. We're playing hurdle. I'm loading up my screen right now. Give me 1 sec. Screen share. And okay, hopefully you can all see that. If you are new to hurdle, Ben says hurdle, please. Okay, good. So I like to see. Here we are. If you are new to hurdle, I think it's easiest to understand it just by seeing a few examples. If you're familiar with Wordle, it starts out very similar, and then it gets interesting towards the end. Like hurdle is kind of souped up Wordle. We're trying to guess a 5-letter word, though. Traditionally, we've picked a 5-letter word from our grid. So maybe we can try to think of, skips. Jessica's, oh no, if skips wasn't in the grid, was it? Roust was in the grid. I like that, Larry. Let's do Roust. Roust had a hard clue, too. Debunk. My God, how do we even solve those? Wow, Roust got no hits. So what this means, by the way, is that The final 5-letter word we're trying to guess has no R's in it, no O's, no U's, no S's, no T's. So I think it's a good idea to try to figure out what vowels are in it, so we should guess a word with an I, E, A, something like that. Aaliyah Jade says daily. Which is a very nice guess. Ooh, T. Pendleton says alien, which was in our clue. So I'm partial to alien. A lot of people are saying it. Sorry, alien was in our grid. Let's try it. Okay, we got some hits there. So the yellow means that there is an A in the final word, but it's not in the first slot. So there is an A, but it is not in the first slot. Same thing, there is an N, but it's not in the last slot. It'll be green if it's actually in that slot. So now I prefer to guess something that contains an A, E, N, test out where they live. Tina says need, like starting with a K. It's a nice guess. A. Miguel says dance, which is also a good guess. A lot of people saying need, though. Lucinda says dance. All right, they're both good guesses. I saw need first, so let's go for that. Didn't work out. And it doesn't... Oh, it does actually rule out dance. I was just going to guess dance, but no, now we know there's no D in the final word. So it is not dance either. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So we still need to... We have not slotted any single letter yet. We have 3 guesses left. Starting to sweat a little bit. Gen Extra says fence. Does that work? I think it does. Aaliyah says, I think it ends with A-N-E. Yeah, very plausibly. Ifrika says meanie. Ledition says beanie. Or beach? No, beach isn't good because there's no N. Maddie says fence. Should we try fence? Is there anything wrong with fence? Yeah, we need an A. That's what's wrong with fence. Allegedly wants meanie. Okay. Yeah, there's no A, so it can't be fence. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't do it. Plain. No, there's no L. Okay, meanie. Grace wants meanie. My worry with this, it's kind of like a borderline word. But, okay, people are voting for it. So I'm going to hit enter. Wow, that was very successful. We got an M in the first slot. And still all yellows for E, A, and N. We're running out of possibilities. In fact, I think we can place them all. That's amazing. Look, E has to go in the last position. It's the only one left. N has to go in the 3rd position. And A has to go 2nd. Is that right? M-A-N blank E. Mange. Wow. Mange. Amazing. Ooh, okay. Okay. So that was now 1 hurdle of 5. And what happens now is, unlike Wordle, we go again, and the answer to the previous board is our automatic guess for the new board. So Mange has already been put in there for us. We only get 5 guesses now. Only the A hit. And then something very special happens at the end. Stay tuned for that. So, new guesses. Lucinda goes mange, wow. Allegedly says proud. Oh, proud. Are you proud of us or are you guessing proud? No, it can't be proud because we need an A. Melinda Wharton says, how do I find Hurdle? I'm so glad you asked. Google Arkadium Hurdle or click the link in the bio and type Hurdle into the search bar there. It's all at arkadium.com. That's how you play Hurdle. A lot of people guessing audio, which is a classic Hurdle guess because you kind of get all of your vowels out at once. Ooh. So we have an A and an O. That might be our full slate of vowels. Now we need to place them and get some consonants up in this. Let's see. T. Pendleton. Melinda Wharton just followed us. Thanks. Larry Locke guessing solar. Logician guessing stare. Stare doesn't work anymore. Big Boss guessing poach. Poach. It's an interesting guess. Yeah, Horse Rider Girl also says roach or poach. Let's try poach. Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with this guess. Ooh, very, very good. Okay. Wow, great guess. So we definitely have an A in the middle. We have a C and an H, which I'm tempted to put at the beginning if we can think of anything. But CHA, where does the O go? CHAO actually doesn't look very good. Ooh, I just thought of it. Oh, I just got it. Yeah, W got it. Logician got it. Oh, love it. Unusual word. This couldn't be done, but yeah, chaos. It's got to be it. Excellent. Very fun. Okay, good, good, good. Third of 5, but don't get complacent. We have lost before. Unlike my confetti track record, I do not have a perfect track record on Hurdle. So we have a C somewhere. We have a C somewhere. We should probably guess something with some I's, some E's. It's not going to be black because there's no A, Jazz. What do we think? I like T. Pendleton's guess of peace. I just like that it gets multiple. Oh, except it repeats an E, which is not ideal. Because we want more possibilities. Okay. Incur. AJ Bradley says incur. That's a cool guess. It uses a C, uses 2 vowels, and an R common letters. Let's try it. Solid. Solid. We can work with this. Okay, so we know we have a U, we know we have an R. We still need to find a home for our C. And I don't know if it's not going to be a CH word because we know there's no H, but it could be a CK word, which a lot of people are guessing. Yeah, truck. Like truck. Or truce. Both very good guesses. Okay, more people saying truck. So let's just try it. Oh, yeah. We crushed that one. Yes. Absolutely crushed that one. Ooh, okay, nothing hit on this one. So 4 out of 5, and then the 5th one is where it really gets tense. All right, everyone's celebrating. No spills just followed us. Okay, so where do we go from here? Maddie said plead, which I think is a nice guess. Use a lot of common letters, 2 vowels. Let's try it. Okay. Well, the PL hit, which is actually even better, I think, than the vowels. So we still need vowels, so it's going to be some I-O or Y. And we need a P and an L. And it's not going to be like a PLE word at the end, like apple, because we know there's no E. Ooh, loopy. That's a nice guess. Allegedly, and Jessica, right in a row, guessed loopy. There's also imply. I'm partial toward imply only because it doesn't repeat the O. So if either of them is wrong, loopy will give us slightly less information. Do you know what I mean? Imply. There's no error. There's no issue with it, right? Okay, wow. So loopy, it also can't be loopy because, yeah, allegedly agrees. Imply was a better guess. I think we'll get this. But the L does not live where I expected it to. It can't be LP at the end, can it? I guess it can it be LP? I'm trying to think of any words that work that way, because otherwise the P has to go in the second slot. Oh, spill. Oh, spill. Everyone is guessing spill. Wait, there's also spoil, maybe? No, not spoil, because that ends in an L. Spill. Do we like it? It's not spilt because there's no T. Yes. Well done, everybody. Well done. Very good. Okay. Now we're on the last board, and look at this. The first 4 guesses are automatically all the answers from the previous 4 games. So mange, chaos, truck, spill. These are the ones we've already gotten. And now we only get 2 guesses to figure out the word. So it's very difficult. We do have a decent amount of information, but we got to make our guesses count. Big Boss goes, let's go. Yeah. This is what separates the noobs from the pros. So let's be pros. We have an S, T, N, O, and E. Wow, we know every letter. So this is like basically an anagram. We know every single letter. It can't be stone because we know it doesn't begin with an S. This would be green if it were stone. Onset. A lot of people are saying onset. Marcy Flowers, Holy Hit a Heartbeat, Thomas Lloyd. Okay, everyone is saying onset. Let me just check. I'm not going to press enter yet. I'm just making sure that nothing is violating. Yeah, it can't be stone. Someone else saying notes. It can't be notes because of the S. I think it has to be onset. T. Pempleton says it's looking good. All right, I'm pressing enter. Cross your fingers. Excellent. Well done, everybody. That was fun. Oh. Well done. Onset was great. I always have so much fun solving these puzzles with you guys. That was great, yeah. Please join me again tomorrow. I will be back at noon Eastern with a new puzzle. It won't be as brutally hard as this one. It'll still be a good challenge, though. Ben is saying one more tomorrow, I promise. We'll do a new crossword and hurdle tomorrow, so join me. If you don't follow us, what are you doing? Follow us. We do this every day, and you don't want to miss it. And in the meantime, check out Arkadium.com. They put out tons of great games like this every single day, and you will not be bored if you go to Arkadium.com. Harvey Barnes says, first time here, much fun. Oh, and lots of people following us. You guys are the best. Cassie Klon, maybe my name is Harvey Barnes and Happy Lady and Joey V. Thank you so much for following us, guys. All right, I'm going to sign off. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I hope to see you